Thanks for having me. I'm Sebastian, and I'm here with my family. We love Nelson. We've been here last year for 5 months. I have 2 kids. I sent them to the Nelson College. One is at the prep school, one is at the college. And initially we planned 3 months last year, then we extended to 5, then we wanted to come back. So now we are here again until the end of the year. And yeah, I met Murray and Colin from the Sandbox. It was basically recommended by a local, someone who attended one of your events. And she said, hey, you have to get there, you have to go there, you have to talk to these people. And yeah, and then we talked about, hey, we could have a small session about agents. And so this is what I do in my business and back in Frankfurt. I thought, yeah, more than happy to do that. But I also wanted to focus a bit more on the business aspects of agents. So it's not a pure technical demonstration, because there's a massive market out there, and there's a lot which can be done, a lot of value we can create. And this was, I thought, hey, let's talk about building an AI automation agency, a AAA business. And this is what we will cover here in the next 1.5 hours. Before we talk about AI agents, let's have a look what's happening in business at the moment. Yeah, we all business people, and there's a lot of change happening. How many of you had an increased workload in the last year? Well, I guess most of you who are working should have felt that there's more and more being thrown at us. Yeah? A lot of messages, a lot of demands, a lot of new systems. When you work in an organization, in a corporate, they implement new systems all the time. A lot of channels, a lot of communication. And this increases workload. This increases a lot of also angst and anxiety. And it's basically, these are critical business challenges a lot of companies face with their employees and with their teams. So, and we can put them in 3 categories. The first one, talk about information overload. I mean, this is, I think, the most severe challenge we all have. We did some research. I mean, these numbers are staggering. A normal employee loses about 3.6 hours every day looking for data, researching, finding information which they need for their work. An IT person needs even more. I mean, yeah, they develop, they test new things, they look up code, whatever. And this causes a lot of overwhelm. More than 50% of employees, they feel overwhelmed. They feel this is too much. And I mean, honestly, I mean, I also have this, I mean, I also feel this sometimes. You know, there's so many channels. I look at my phone, so many apps. And I play pickleball in Richmond. And they have now the Swish app, you know, where they plan these tournaments, and you have to basically register. It's easy, you know, but you have to do it. Last Friday, I went there with my wife, really eager to play. And then there are 20 people there, you know, and we are these 2 additional people. And the tournament was full. Yeah, and they said, yeah, didn't you see it on Swish? And I said, oh, yes, I saw something popping up, but I didn't click on it, you know, so I couldn't play. Yes, also it's time of overwhelm, yeah. And people, they waste 2.7 hours weekly also dealing with poor corporate communication. So these are all challenges. And the impact is quite severe. Can you see that? These numbers are calculated on a kind of average $2,668 per employee, what it costs per year. But it's adding up. It's compounding. So if you have a small company with 5 employees, it's $13,000 US dollars a year. 20 people, already 50,000. And with 50 people, this gets really interesting, because 50 people is sort of the sweet spot of an organization that is open for automation, for AI agents. And here we talk about $130,000 a year. It's a lot of money just by information overload. How many of you prefer fast response times in customer service? The nice thing here about Nelson is that things are a bit slower. And it's really de-stressing. I live in Frankfurt, Germany. You know, there's high pace everywhere. And here, actually, I mean, I have this Aura ring, no? And this measures my heart rate and everything. The first time I was here, 5 months, I could really see on the graph that my average, my resting heart rate was lower here because it was more relaxing. And I mean, it wasn't just holiday. I mean, we did stuff and I got around, but the pace of life is so fast. And when I order something at Amazon, for example, I have it the next day on my desk. Sometimes even the same day. You know, I order something in the morning and deliver it to the office, and then in the afternoon it's there. It's crazy. I mean, how can they do that? Yeah, but this is a problem because it raises our expectation. It raises our expectation because we want this from every business we deal with. You know, when I deal with the small business around the corner, I also expect them to have it there the next day. I mean, in my subconscious mind. Yeah, I also expect that they answer my requests immediately and not after 12 hours, which is the average response time. We more and more expect these fast responses, fast delivery, fast service. And we are sort of conditioned by these big players, Amazon and co. They can do this. They have the financial power. But of course, this creates a problem for small organizations because how should they deliver this, or how should they deliver this response time? It's quite challenging, and it leads to people going from the small supplier to the big supplier because, yeah, they want to have it the next day or the same day. And this, of course, creates challenges, financial losses, and companies going out of business. And next thing is there's a lot of staff shortages everywhere, especially after COVID. And don't ask me why. Yeah, don't ask me why there are no people working in restaurants anymore. I mean, cafes close. I mean, where I come from, Frankfurt, cafes close. They are not operating anymore. They shut down at 4 p.m. because they have no people. You don't find people doing cleaning work or basic work, and shops are not operating. And also in knowledge businesses, there's a lot of staff shortage. And this, of course, puts more pressure on the people who are there. They have to do more work. They have to work faster. They have to do overtime. And yeah, they do this for a certain amount of time. But hey, at some point they say, hey, boss, I can't do this my whole life, you know? I mean, we need to solve this situation. So either the company is able to solve it, or people leave and they go somewhere else. And this increases this cycle of stress and fatigue and overwhelm with the organizations. So another challenge. But this is also a big opportunity. Big opportunity for everyone. So now I want to ask you, who is on the supply side of agent services, AI services? Who's running a business who's offering AI services? Okay, and who's on the other side? Who is purchasing, who's using AI services? Okay, even more. Or maybe both sides. Yeah. So it creates opportunity and something very positive for both sides. So for the demand side, I can tell you one thing. Life is changing. I mean, there's this big tsunami, this big wave of solutions, of agents just around the corner. There's so much change. We talk about, these numbers are from Goldman Sachs, 200 billion by 2025. Global AI investment. This is hardware and software. I mean, it's global, Major players are, of course, America and China. But hey, 2022 we had 91.9 billion. So it's a massive increase. And then the generative AI market, and put this into perspective, sorry, this 200 billion is roughly the equivalent of New Zealand's and Portugal's combined GDP. So it's a lot of business. The generative AI market will explode even more, from 40 billion to 1.3 trillion by 2032. So this is 7-8 years. It's nothing. And here we talk about compound annual growth rate of 42%. And this is equivalent of the entire economy of Indonesia, the world's 16th largest economy. So we talk about a whole new economic island which is developing, a whole new world of agents that are and robots that will be put in business to solve these three problems and many more. And this creates opportunity. On one side, for the demand side, because your problems will be taken care of. You will have solutions. But on the supply side, when 83% of companies considering AI as a top priority, they also have the challenge that, based on research, 68% face significant skill gaps in understanding and implementing AI. And I mean, we all work in this environment and we all know that's crazy what's happening, you know. I spent 2 days offline on the plane. And then I had a call with someone in Texas, and we talked about AI, and they said, do you know that OpenAI just released this and that? I said, no. Yeah, yesterday. I said, oh, sorry, I was offline. I was in the plane. Yeah, you see, you know. So 2 days not there and complete new, so there's so much happening, and this is getting more and more. So this is an opportunity for everyone who wants to serve and create value for these customers. Your skill set and the need in the market, and we're really witnessing the birth of a digital era. There's a paper called How to Think About AI from Ahmad Mostaq. He's the founder of Stability AI, a big AI company, and now he founded a think tank, and he talks about 100 billion agents. I mean, I don't think we might not have 100 billion, but we will have a lot, and this is changing, of course, everything. So it will, of course, remove jobs, but it will also create new jobs. It's like with any revolution. The challenge we have is that in the past, these revolutions, they took decades, you know? Now it's a few years, and that's the big challenge. So how can we solve these problems? Well, information overload. We can build knowledge agents, simple knowledge agents that answer questions, that provide. I mean, there's so much knowledge in these corporates, so many documents, so many videos and stuff. Why don't they build agents which they feed with all the knowledge, and then if a new employee comes in and they ask questions and they get answers? Yeah? Why do we make people read PDFs with procedures and standard operating procedures and everything like that? I'm building. I have a client in Germany. This is a chemical company, and we built a knowledge bot for them, where we basically create videos from the production process, and we put these videos in an agent. The agent learns, and then when a new employee comes and asks questions, he gets them basically an answer and an explanation. And this can then be also included in smart search across all company resources. It's amazing. Automated documentations. I mean, who likes creating documentations? Who likes to document work? I mean, hey, no one. Build an agent for that. Customer service demand, the same. Having a chatbot on a website, easy. We will build one today. It's a matter of minutes. Voice agent, this is so amazing what is out there. I mean, you can have conversations, natural conversations. Our landlords here, they visited us in Frankfurt, and they flew with the plane, of course, and they forgot something in the compartment above the seat, and said, yeah, we went to the lost and found office. We mentioned that, and we filed this case. Now we moving on. I said, no worries, I can give them a call, I can sort this out. I thought, right. So I called them. One time, no answer. Fine. A second time, answer machine. Third time, engaged. Then no answer. So I did this the whole week, probably called them 10, 15 times. I said, this can't be true, I mean, I can't reach a person. And then I thought, why the hell don't they have an agent, some voice system that, okay, what's your problem? You look in the database, you find if it's there or not, and then tell me, and then I maybe can arrange an appointment to pick it up. No. Okay, then I went there, physically, drove to the airport. I mean, it's only half an hour from me, and went to this lost and found office, and they said, yeah, sorry, this is not our responsibility. This is not, we don't take care of this case. Okay, we have to go to Singapore Airlines. I went to Singapore Airlines. They told me I go to Swiss Airlines because the flight was operated by Swiss. And so I basically spent an hour going around on this airport, going in circles, only being told at the end that, yeah, I need a number which I didn't have, which they should have got when they registered it. So basically it was lost. I just thought, how can this be true? I mean, first of all, that they don't have any systems where I can easily communicate. But also, of course, how can they lose a piece of luggage, which, I mean, there's a person sitting there. They have the name, they know who this is, they have a ticket detail, and above them, there's a parcel, whatever. And why can't they map this to this person and send him a message? I don't understand, but that's how it is. So customer service demand, a lot we can do. And those are all easy things. Low code, no code solutions. We show you later. It's easy, it's amazing. And staff shortages here as well. Building agents, handling repetitive tasks, training and onboarding, process automation. In the end, this is important. Scalable digital workforce. So in the future, we will not have an agent, we have an army of agents. And we have an employee or business owner, and he has an army of agents at his disposal, and he can then say, okay, this is my marketing team, and the marketing team is creating content, creating blog posts, schedule stuff on social, whatever. There's my production team, they're measuring my production processes, and this is my sales team following up with leads and so on. And this is no future, this is there. It's just not really available yet to everyone. So just a few words about me. I never had a job, a real job. About when I started, almost 30 years ago now. A friend of mine told me I was doing freelance contracts in Frankfurt for banks as an IT consultant. Back then, when everyone who could spell IT could make a fortune, I mean, this was really a golden time. So I was doing this project, and then he asked me, yeah, when do you want to get a real job? I said, a real job? What's that? So I had a company for 22 years, treasury management space. So we did projects for banks, central banks, and corporates implementing treasury management processes and systems. So very IT and finance based. Did this for 22 years. At some point, I got tired of the politics because it was only, in the end, it was only political games. So I said, I don't want to do this anymore. I worked as a coach, or working as a coach. I invest in startups. So I have a couple of startups also with a strong focus on AI. Yeah, and I sort of found my passion in helping small and medium-sized enterprises on AI implementations. And on top of that, I run a community. It's a lot of fun. I work with founders. That's why I call it Future Founders AI. So I will talk about this later a bit. It's where I help people building up these agencies. Talking about this market again, and I really want to stress the opportunities we have, not only talk about tech. Some people might worry, yeah, the AI solution market is becoming saturated. And I say, this is our perception. It's not reality. Because when we look at these numbers, this global AI solution market, 200 billion by 2025. This is our playground, our global playground. Yeah? And then we have different layers. So of course, you can't serve all. Yeah, when you build a business, you cannot serve everyone, then you serve no one. So you have to focus. First of all, focus on the industry. So there's so many different industry out there. And we need to find an industry that is really, which we get on with, which we understand, which we can provide value. And every industry has their specific challenges. So there are a lot of opportunities to focus on a specific industry with a specific challenge. Once you have the industry, of course, there are different solutions out there. So you can have chatbots, voice agents, automations, sales, marketing, industry-related, predictive maintenance, whatever. So there are tons of different solution categories out there. And of course, you have the geographic area and language. I always tell my students, go local first. Go to the hotel next door, talk to them, build something. And if this works, then you can extend. And then, of course, business size segments. So in my past, I worked a lot with big corporates, with big organizations, big banks. And now I don't want to do this anymore. Now I want to work with individual founders and with small to medium-sized businesses. So those are the market layers. And when you want to talk about your perfect positioning, you have to take this into consideration. You have to choose your industry based on the pain points. Look for repetitive tasks. Look for really problems. Talk to these people. Go to a hotel. Go to a dentist. Go to an orthodontist, and talk to them. Is this important? Consider digital readiness, and you need to look at what is the automation potential. There's a lot which can be done. And then you specialize yourself. Look at the angle. So look at the solution type, your geographic language, your business size segments, what kind of technology you want to use. When building AI solutions, I mean, there are different levels of complexity and different technology stacks which you should consider. When you work for example, this chemical client, he runs on Office 365. So they are very, of course, data privacy focused. They have follow certain ISO certification standards. And there we said, okay, we need to build this on a Microsoft stack, which works, but it's complicated and expensive compared to other solutions. But that's how the world is, you know. I mean, you have to deliver what the client needs and wants. And these are all elements. And you can say, okay, I'm the Microsoft guy, so I go for these clients. Or I'm more like a Google, or we talk about another platform later. You can then choose a more lighter platform and, of course, offer also more cost-effective solutions. Yeah, and it's important to identify your ideal market. There are some validation criteria which I think are important. So minimum of 50 employees. It's not written in stone. Yeah, but this is a sweet spot where you saw these numbers, 150,000 a year on loss. These are numbers you can use to sell your solution. You say, hey, look at this, what you're wasting. And when you then send them a bill of 20, 30,000, they can put it into perspective. When you send this to a 5-man company, then might be a bit difficult to justify. They should be ready to use digital tools. They should have an existing digital infrastructure. You don't want to start from scratch and tell them what the internet is. Yeah? And they should be measurable cost-saving potentials. And then when you also need to look at your market size, sweet spot. So it should be large enough for growth because there will be other players who do the same. So you're not the only one. But also should be small enough that you can specialize yourself. And I made this mistake many times in my past. I always want to serve everyone, and I always want to have a broad offering, but this doesn't work. We have to niche down. We have to really have a very focused, specialized service, and then we can expand. And of course, they shouldn't be front runners in AI adoption. I mean, they should want it, but should not be there yet. So, and this could give you a really clear competitive advantage. Let's talk about AI agents. One of you who are old as me, remember this Agent Smith from Matrix. So, what would you do with an extra 20 hours in your business to spare? What would you, pardon me?
Go to the beach.
Beach, yeah, sounds like fun. What else?
Sell more.
Sell more. Okay.
Potential opportunities.
Go for more opportunities. Discover more opportunities, yeah.
Automate some other processes.
Automate more.
More time for development.
More time for development. Spend more time with family, for example. No, I mean, but you see, I mean, no one said I want to sort more papers for my accounting department. No one said I want to write more emails or I want to. I think I should clean my office more often. So these are all either high value activities, or those are activities, personal activities. Beach, it's not here, but family, develop yourself. So we all want a free time to do more, what really counts, and not waste our time with mundane activities. And this is why we need these little agents to do the work for us. And how can we, and this agent is still a very abstract thing, and there are different ways to explaining it. I always love saying, hey, this is a perfect digital employee and teammate. A teammate that never gets sick, works 24/7, learns, so never makes the same mistake, can be duplicated, so you can scale it, just copy process. And it's also important, hardly costs anything from a business perspective. And let me put it into a relationship to a human. So what does an agent consist of? It's actually very simple. So the main, and we all have an AI background, I understand. Yeah. So is there anyone who has no AI background at all, so that I don't lose? Do you know what an LLM is? No. Do you know? But did you work with ChatGPT? Not yet. Okay. ChatGPT is a large language model. It's basically it's trained, it's a system that it trained from all the content on the internet, and it can answer questions, it can create content based on predictive analysis and on models on it's.
I spoke to Gemini. He's been using Gemini.
Okay, good. So the brain is Gemini. All right. And so the brain is the large language model. So an agent is like a canvas. We can maybe draw it here. Can everyone see that? Yeah. So this canvas, and this whole canvas is an LLM. It can be ChatGPT, it can be Gemini, it can be Claude. And this agent learns. It has the knowledge. It learns from interaction. It can make decisions. So like you experience by using Gemini or Claude or ChatGPT. Then you give this agent a task list, which is basically the goals and also the instructions. So you tell the agent, I show you an agent about customer service agent. You are a customer service agent. You are the customer service agent of a hotel. You answer in a friendly manner. You are polite. You set them boundaries. Yeah, you are not allowed to do this and do that. But this is your playground. There you can operate. You clear job descriptions, specific responsibilities, boundaries, and you also give them performance metrics. So this is the task list. And then this agent needs, of course, data to work with. I mean, it needs information. So it can read documents and emails. So we feed this information into the agent, like a PDF, or it can scrape a website. So it can all take this information in. And with the goals and instruction and the large language model, it can make sense out of this information. It can use the information to make decisions or to use tools. So it can call another, it can either call another agent and tell the agent, hey, I have a job for you, a sub job. Do this and send me the results back. Or the agent can talk to an API. So an API is an application programming interface. Basically, most of the applications out there on the internet, they have so-called APIs. So you can talk to them in a programmable way. It basically replicates everything you do on a GUI. So everything you do with your mouse and your interface, you enter data, you start activities, you can do automatically. And you can connect this to this agent. So there you have an intelligent automation. You have this brain, you give this brain a task, the brain takes input, data, connects to other systems, and can create something new. And that's the power of an agent. And when you look around, once I started working with this agent, I saw how many APIs are available on the internet. I thought, God hell, I mean, you can automate almost everything. I mean, this is amazing, but it's also scary, because almost everything you do on a daily basis, agents can do now or in a very few years. That's very interesting. But agents, they should not replace us. They should empower us. Because humans, they still should focus on these more high-level activities. Yeah, reach, sell more opportunities, develop themselves. So we can hand off all this repetitive, time-consuming work to these agents. And as a result, our team become more productive. We can increase our customer satisfaction. We can increase our bottom line. We can, have a more fulfilling life and not doing the mundane work day in and day out. So it is a perfect match of human intelligence, human excellence, our skills where we really excel, decision making, problem solving, complex negotiations, building relationships, having empathy. These are our skills that are not easily replaceable yet by AI. We have industry expertise. We know how to talk to humans. And then we match this with the agents, where we can automate stuff, we can save time, speed up execution. They have 24/7 availability. And for example, there's a good example of an agent, Klarna, which is a Swedish fintech. They implemented a simple chatbot on their website and to take care of customer requests. And this agent, don't have to remember the numbers exactly. It does the work of 700 full-time employees. 700 full-time employees. You can imagine now what this means in money. And the satisfaction rate is going through the roof because the agent is just better and quicker and works in every language and so on. So that's a good thing, and this together really creates the impact. I mean, these are all numbers you researched. Engineers see 50% productivity gains. Why? Here, the whole documentation and research part comes in. So no one wants to document code. Yeah, they hate that. They also hate spending time in research. We saw 4.2 hours. Sales teams can improve their results. Why? I mean, we have all these CM systems, and I guess you have them as well, with tons of leads. When is the last time you looked at these leads and you followed up and you sent them a message or connected with them? Yeah. Having an agent does it in the background. And then if someone replies, boom, we can have a conversation. We can increase job satisfaction rates. I have a small team, and the output we create is immense, but also people love it because they can automate everything and they learn every day. I also learn every day. Customer service reaches more people, work-life balance. Yeah, I mean, these are all measurable results which we get. So, what kind of repetitive tasks would you automate in your business? Where would you say, hey, there I could use an agent?
I'm working on one at the moment, the travel tour guide. I'm just looking at creating itineraries, doing that, and also now including compliance for working time, driving limitations, that sort of thing.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah. Itineraries, compliance work. Yeah. It's a lot of research. Yeah. No.
And commentary must be reported.
Yeah. Who loves reporting? No. Yeah. Sifting through tons of messages, creating content. I have a podcast. When I'm back, I'm recording and I'm interviewing people. And in the past, we had to write text and the copy and create messages. I have an agent now. Boom. It takes my transcript. It creates quotes. It creates show notes for YouTube. It creates blog posts, and it's all done. All kinds of content. I mean, I show you a few areas where when I would start an agency, I would focus on that. There are a couple of things which really get immediate return on invest. For example, sales and marketing automation. Those are the ones when you go to a client and you tell them, hey, I can build you a lead generation chatbot. Yes, give it to me. Why? Because this is measurable. Runs 24/7, it can qualify your leads, can ask questions, it can schedule appointments with a calendar. This is low-hanging fruits, but not many people have it, use it. Don't know why. Sales process automation, answering product inquiries, generating quotes, having a sequence that follows up and nurtures your prospects, manages your pipeline, look at your CRM database and see, okay, when was the last time I talked to a certain prospect? All these things. Then, once they see results and once they see return on invest, then you can go to more areas which optimize the business, like internal knowledge bases, FAQ systems, standard procedures. And my wife works in a bank, and they got tons of documents they should read. I said, I mean, who reads that? No one. Yeah. And then training automation, onboarding materials. Yeah, create an onboarding process. You have 3 categories of staff and create 3 onboarding agents that help them get up to speed fast. And yeah, all this knowledge, product knowledge, process guides, whatever, so much we can do. This is amazing, voice agents. I'll show you voice agents in a second. I mean, this is mind-blowing what you can do with voice agents. I mean, they have a natural flow, which is crazy. And then you can use these voice agents to automate stuff. So, for example, you can build a booking agent that books a calendar entry for you. You can have an agent that calls you and said, hey, buddy, you got an appointment next week. Can you still make it? Can you still make it? So it's all there. Content automation, obviously. Content creation, you can create tons of value with that, creating blog posts, social media content. And I'm not saying that you should use the AI to do everything and hand it completely off and have all this automated generated stuff. No. What I always say is I use the 20-80 rule. So you start with 10%, you give them instructions, you give them your ideas, you give them stories you want to share. 80% is done by the AI, and then you use 10% to review it and to fine-tune it and add a bit more personal touch. And then the content is good. And we spend a lot of time in optimize. I mean, most of our content is following this process. But I had a call with a client the other day. I said, yeah, I'm not sure if your content is AI generated. I said, well, it is, but it's good that you are doubting this because it shows that we add more human touch and don't make it look so generic. And then market intelligence, news monitoring, competitor analysis. There's so many tools out there you can use to, and also integrate in your agents to get this information. Mind-blowing. And then, of course, there's the process automation. This is the more advanced stuff, more complex stuff. And there I would go later, once you made your client happy with this kind of initial marketing and sales and lead generation bots. So there you have a whole plan and ideas for things you can do.